From Galar's best Pokemon to a box legendary, Hops kinda got it all. And yet we've been hung up recently on trying to get him that top placement at a cup and forgotten to enjoy the ride. Journey before destination. So, after an extended break between episodes and some lackluster results from us and the wider community with Hop, I think it's time to focus on what's important here. Building a fun-ass deck with some sweet-ass Pokemon. We said before that if we wanted to build a tier 1 deck, then we just take Dragapult from last week and focus on him. But I don't think you guys want to see that, and I don't want to play that. So what's our plan? In late November, we've got a cup, and I want to use that as our last push to get some points with our boy. And if we don't succeed, hey, that's fine too, but we're going to have some fun with it. We're going to strip back to what works, focus on Zacian, even bigger boy here. In a world of Monkey Dory and high HP Megas, we're going to have to shift to focus on Zacian's second move, Brave Slash. And thankfully, Ash did a trade with us last week, giving us a way to power that up using Archaludon EX. So we're going to bust into some packs and look for more attackers in the form of either a third Zacian, or perhaps the new Mega Mawile EX and get in on that Mega action ourselves. So for the first time in a while, we're going to rip some packs and see what it has in store for us. Let's get to it. I hummed and hard about going in just on Mega Evolution this week, but I think a third Zacian, it fills out our roster, and also I have a few Journey Together packs left, so it kind of just made sense for me financially. So I'm going to start with Journey Together. It is still one of my favourite sets, despite the fact that we've opened it a lot now. I've been playing with the cards for a while. But hey, here we go. It's also been a while since I recorded one of these episodes, especially one where we crack into some packs. So it's quite nice just to open some cards for the first time for me in a while. I don't know why I'm going too slowly through these. I don't think there's any... Oh man, I was saying, I don't think there's anything but a Hop Zacian that we need. If I had more Mega Evolutions packs, I would probably just stop opening these right now. But I don't, and I've got a challenge to go to tomorrow. So we're going to stick with our original plan, even though we have cracked our third Zacian in the first pack. Oh, I mean, is it going to mildly bug me that this one isn't the promo? Yeah, it's going to bug me a little bit. If anything, I think this one looks better. All right, that was funny. But I guess we are going to steam through some Journey Together and see if we can't get any trade bait. I can't believe we won pack 1 that. Alright, let's have a look. Mr. Mime, Sprigatito, Drampa. We're literally just looking for some ARs or something now. Not a Cram. Don't think we need that ever. I'll take a reverse holo Hops bag actually. We can bling out our Hops bags for some more reverse holos. Alright, that Hops bag kind of makes me think that we do still want some bling. Hops Wooloo! So maybe if we can get a few reverse holos of Hops cards, I wouldn't hate that. Nope. Ribombee. That's fine. Honestly, we've got exactly what we needed from this set. I'm not upset if we don't pull anything else now. A Mega Mawile EX from Mega Evolution though? That'd be nice. Or maybe the All Art of Hops Zacian. That wouldn't suck either. Redeemable ticket. Reverse. Do we have a reverse? I don't know, but we do now. And a Hops double just to finish off what's probably going to be our last Journey Together pack for the series. I mean, it did what I wanted it to do, right? We've got exactly what we needed. All right, that's put me in a good mood. Let's see if we can't get anything from Mega Evolution. Like I said, I want Mega Mawile EX, but also there's stuff in here that we can use to trade with if we need it. I've also only opened 2 packs of Mega Evolutions in total, so this is fun for me just to see in person what's in the set. Like that gorgeous Pachirisu. Giraffe? Not sure. Knuckle, cool looking Marshadow, even cooler looking Goldengo. Repel, Nuzleaf, Scorbunny. The reverses in this set are awesome. I've not opened a lot. Right, that's only funny because I say I haven't opened a lot of packs from this set. I've opened 2, and I've got the cards that I opened off to the side. 1 second. I've got the cards I opened off to the side. And what's the only EX I've pulled so far is another Latias EX. It's an EX, I'll take it. Perhaps not the one I would have wanted. But okay. I will say the art as it steps up every time. I don't know if it's just because I haven't seen most of the art of these cards that I'm being more stunned by it, but that's just cool. Kadabra. Garganacl, Goldengo again, still cool. That's an awesome Houndstone. Mystery Garden. And a cool Raikou. Okay. 2 more packs. And we're looking for Mega more Wild EX. I don't know if we'll definitely run it. I think it will be good against the Absol Kangaskhan deck. But it's also nice just to have another attacker in our list that isn't Zacian. A little lower cost. It's still 3 energy, I think. I'll bring it up on screen now. Or we'll just pull it in a second and we'll look at it. Imagine if that worked. That's the best Kloitzer I've ever seen. That is so cool. Obviously, I want to get another EX. I want to get the EX I want. But we got Zacian, so we're pretty set if we do need an additional attacker. Here we go. Greavard, Bulbasaur. It's a gorgeous Bulbasaur. I love that. That's great. Shroodle. Energy Switch. We don't have any, do we? I don't know if that's useful, but I'm glad I have it. At least Determination. How did I forget? This is great. I'm glad we pulled one of these. Yeah, great. Awesome. Put you up there. Celebi. How did I forget about Lily's Determination? Probably the best trainer we could have pulled in this set. Cinderace. Okay, fine. We didn't quite get what we were after from one set, but we got exactly what we wanted and more from the other. This is great. I forgot to mention about this. This will probably go in our list. It's just a great supporter and something to throw in the trade binder, which is starting to look okay. You know, we've got some decent cards in here. I'll throw it in here while I remember. There we go. You can sit on this page with all the random cards. Thank you very much. Mega Latias EX. Latios, I've really forgotten. Whichever one it was. We've got Zacian. Let's build ourselves a hop stack. So here it is. This is our Hop Zacian Archaludon list focusing on Brave Slash. We have made quite a few changes over the weeks, but I think this in some form will be what we carry over the next 3 episodes. The big question mark at the moment is how effective is Archaludon in doing what it is we want it to do. Brave Slash has the ability to really take some huge KOs in the game, especially if we manage to get off the first Insta Strike on the first turn of the game, putting some damage out there. But even without that, with the inclusion of the Kieran that we have here, we can actually take one-shots on things as big as a Guard of White EX. We've also included Ursaluna EX as a bit of a backup attacker in favour of the third Zacian. I think with this version of the list, by the point we've got to the time that we might need a third attacker, Ursaluna is probably going to be more efficient. Fezandipiti, Latias, Iron Bundle, or Utility. Iron Bundle's actually been quite fun with my practicing online. I've been able to catch a few people out on the bench, so I really enjoy Iron Bundle. Relicanth, if anyone's played with Archaludon before, they'll know that it's there for the Raging Hammer attack from Duraludon. Archaludon's got 300 HP, so getting some damage on that guy and then managing to Raging Hammer for the damage plus 80 can take some big KOs as well. Looking at our supporter and our item lineup, everything's sort of the same here. We've got fewer Hops bags because we have less focus on the Hops Pokemon. We have a lot of draw support. I would love a 4th Professor's Research, but it turns out we don't have one, which really surprised me, so I might trade for that. Thankfully, we pulled the Lily's Determination, which doesn't discard our 8 Metal Energy, but does give us a lot of draw. Kieran is there for that extra damage, pushing us over the edge, and Turo is there to pick up our Archaludon and reuse it over and over. I'm excited about this list. I'm not sure if it's good enough to make the top 8 at a cup, but I am really excited to try it out and see where we can get with it. So without further ado, let's get into some games. We are about to head off to Aldershot this week for a nice 12-person challenge at the game shop. I just wanted to get ahead of this and say that we are playing best of 1 again. I have played quite a lot of best of 1 this season. Obviously, the cup in a few weeks now is going to be at best of 3, and that's our target. But I'm just going to take everything that happens with a pinch of salt. I just want to get a good feel for the deck. Do I want to play it with Archaludon? Do I want to strip that back and just go for straight Zacian, throw in some Monkey Dories back and see what happens? That's what I'm trying to get a feel of today, and just make sure that I'm happy with the list that we're going to take to our cup in a few weeks. So we just want to check if Archaludon is the bridge for us, and yeah, may the best of 1 gods be in our favour. Round 1 had us fighting an uphill battle from the get-go, coming up against Ceruledge EX. Our only real out to this matchup is hoping our opponent has a slow start and we can go full on aggression, mopping up the low HP basics before they become an issue. As you can see, that is not the situation we found ourselves in here this game, but with no other real option we stuck to the game plan, hoping to at least slow down their rather ideal start. We started a rather respectable board, even having the Cramorant ready to go after what I assumed would be a Zacian EX KO from our opponent's turn. However, the Ceruledge player decides to circumvent our Zacian entirely, taking the easy KO on a benched Cram. Now, in hindsight, this should have been a clear indication for me that they weren't perhaps as well equipped as their starting board led me to believe. But with only 1 attacker on board and no Duraludons, I chose to protect Hop Zacian until I could take a 1-hit KO, retreating instead into Snorlax. Now, I don't want to say that this cost me the game, but it was an important lesson in not playing so defensive all the time, as I've noticed I have a tendency to do so. We traded a few prizes back and forth, even getting to set up our Archaludon EXs, but it proved to not be enough, and another boss for our Ceruledge player wrapped the game up. Could have gone a different way with a few key decisions. It's a good learning takeaway. Round 2 was against the son of our Ceruledge player from round 1, this time rocking Goldengo EX. Another high burst damage potential deck, leaving me feeling good about removing the Monkey Dory if nothing else. I'm not sure it would have seen much use this week. I'm not going to go into too much depth this match, as ultimately it boiled down to me not seeing enough of our draw supporters and having very little impact on the game. This match especially did make me wish we had a Dracloak engine or something similar in our deck to help us get through those tough moments. But as I've said before, this was best of 1, so I'm not going to get all doom and gloom here. However, consistency with this many moving pieces is something to watch out for going forward. Round 3 we got the bye, and round 4 we were up against Mega Lucario EX, the first Mega that we've seen in the series so far. Or it would have been if our opponent didn't have a terrible turn 1 and we donked them. The best of 1 strikes again, but this time in our favour.
I don't think, yeah, they gave the buy, they didn't have
They gave the buy.
Just manually.
By you, Dave, and then give juniors to him.
I do play like energize really.
Oh, that could possibly be the worst price back I've ever had.
That's been played.
I play like a.
It is. He's been playing Charizard.
Sometimes you lead with Salt Rock and sometimes you're
Sure.
attacking while you charge over. Oh yeah. So you got that. Yeah.
It's been played as an answer to
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Building.
Yeah, you aim to sorry text instead of energize. Yeah.
Ooh, that's nice. Oh, that's a shame.
Shuffle.
That's a real shame.
It's an issue move.
Yes, that wasn't exactly the result we were hoping for, but it was best of one, so remember to take it with a pinch of salt. Next time, we're going to hit up a bunch of locals to put in as much IRL practice as we can before our last cup and the season finale. If we're still looking as consistent as we did this week, then maybe we look to make some last minute tweaks. But I'm not going to panic. I think we're still on what is the best route we could be with Hop Zacian. Like I just said, next episode's going to be a little bit different. I will try and show a bit from each of the locals I managed to get to, all of the different lists and variations that we try, as I might try and make some tweaks and try and have a bit of a jam-packed penultimate episode. Despite the fantastic Zacian pool we've got this week, I do think I'm still going to look for a Mawile EX or a Mega Kangaskhan EX in Mega Evolutions. But do let me know in the comments if you have a better idea or any last additions we can have to try and do the best we possibly could with Zacian when it comes to our final cup. Until then, let's get to it.